we have a presenter, Michelle?
Is there anybody here from American Land Development? Nope, so I would just ask that the board table that as the developer is not present.
New business B, we got two zoning actions, B and C. We'll begin with B. That's in your packet. That has to do with a residential property, so Michelle or Chick.
So, this has to do with, find the address here, 1640 Farmington Ave, and they received a notice of violation from Paul. They did not appeal that violation, but they did, ask for an interpretation that Paul's incorrect. So if they would have appealed, I would have to show up and support the township. Since they didn't appeal that, they are just asking for an interpretation different than what Paul said, and it's essentially that they're asking that they are allowed to display goods and materials outside of the, outside, not indoors, as part of their home occupation, or as part of the occupation there. So, in the alternative, they're asking for a variance. So the question is, do you want to, a couple, oppose it, stay neutral, or be in favor of it, and then how you want to coordinate that with the zoning hearing board, and we can discuss that depending on what your desires are on that one.
And what did LTL say on this?
So LTL basically says that they can't display items outdoor, either goods or equipment or materials, and that's exactly what they're requesting to do.
Mr. Chairman, I sent everybody a picture of that. I've been going to the next door address for years. They were a customer of mine almost on a weekly basis, and I could see the mission creep over there. First it started with a dumpster, and now, as you guys saw, I don't know, a dozen porta potties and heavy equipment to move them. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever seen. This is a no. I would strongly advise, because if anybody could do this in their backyard, this township would be a junkyard. I mean, everything's organized back there, but again, the picture should be worth quite a bit. I mean, there's no gray line here as far as I'm concerned, and I'd say we send it with a negative notation, however you do that.
So just to answer that question, so the choice, if you wanted to oppose it, we could send a letter or send somebody from my office to be there to actually oppose it. But I think in this situation, a letter would probably suffice.
Good. Others? Others?
Is it kick off already?
So what's the consensus that we want to oppose?
So do you need a motion, to,
I'm just waiting for the motion.
I make a motion that we oppose this
and send a letter?
in the strongest language you can muster. Use ChatGPT.
Okay. Any more discussion? Yes, sir.
How do you turn this on?
Green light on?
I got it.
I turned off.
You got it.
So, Rich Comer, 1303 Farmington Avenue. In regards to this matter, back in 2011, Michelle, maybe, when Jeff Vogels, was it Jeff Vogels, the township,
Zoning officer?
yes.
Yeah, he may have been then, I don't know.
Yes, so anyway, back then when I was gonna apply for a permit to build a pole barn, came to my place and said, hey, we have a problem with your business being here. And we got that straightened out, remember that? Back in 2011, I believe it was, when, who the manager was at the time. Anyway, at the time, according to Jeff, they were operating the business out then. And according to Jeff, that they were fine because they were a home-based business and they only had it was just husband and wife home-based business. It was brought to their attention, you know, cause I was trying to figure out why they were singling me out when they had all these other ones. And according to Jeff back then, that business was fine there. So I just wanted to make the board aware of what happened back in 2011.
Are you saying the business in question or your business?
No, their business.
Okay, so they had applied, just to clarify the board, they had applied a zoning application for a home-based business. A home-based business only allows certain things. When you start storing materials and equipment and other things outdoors, it's no longer a home-based business, it's a commercial business. And that is not allowed under the definition of home-based business. And that's hence Paul's notice of violation on July 23rd.
So I
So
just
they
wanted
were
to make,
already aware that they couldn't store the materials, they couldn't have employees, they couldn't have customers coming and going. That's why they were issued a notice of violation.
Okay, so
What
on the,
is the
on the,
business?
go ahead, Karen.
What is the business? I'm not
It
sure.
looks like it's a porta potty rental business. Like I said, I've been going there for 2 years, weekly Saturdays, and watched it just change. It used to be trucks, it just kept going more and more. And again, I tried getting a picture, I wasn't sure it was a lot. The person that my customer moved, but I just went there and took a quick picture, of course, right into the sun. But you guys can see it looks like missile silos over there. But it's anyway. I wish our LTL would provide pictures. That would give us a better illustration. You know, so good.
I mean, and again, my recommendation would be that if you allow it in a residential neighborhood now, you're gonna set a precedent for the future. And would you want that to be next door to your home? Just a question.
They're outside the criteria.
Of a home-based business, correct?
That's the way I look at it.
On several
On
items.
several items, yes.
Okay, so we had a motion, we had a second, we had discussion, any more discussion? All in favor of sending this to the zoning hearing board with a negative recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Okay,